Hello family, this is C7, the HOA homesteader. And today I decided to do some water bath canning. I'm gonna make myself some spicy pickle. They seem to be a family favorite around here, so we go through them pretty quick. It's time that I make some more. So I'm gonna take you guys along with me. I don't profess to be a professional when it comes to canning. I belong to the Greenhouse Lounge family, and I learned how to can through none other than Homestead Heart, and I'm representing her today by wearing my Yes I Can t-shirt. Don't be afraid to learn how to can. I took the time, watched a couple of YouTube videos, got myself some canning preservation booklets, and step by step I learned. I will say this though, when you start out, follow someone that seems to be credible, like a Homestead Heart, and do their recipe. Once you learn how they did it, then tweak it and make it your own. Typically, whenever I'm in the kitchen, one of the first things that I do is I make me up some dishwater. I believe if you clean while you cook, then you don't feel overwhelmed at the end like you got a lot of stuff to clean up. So preparation is always the key, especially when you're learning something new. Get everything in order before you start, and you won't be scrambling to look for items during the process. So let me show you guys what I got ready thus far. All right, I got my water bath canner already boiling. What I'm doing is I'm sterilizing my jars. So I'm gonna do that. And then over here on the counter, I got all my canning equipment already set out, already ready to go. Got my vinegar, got my little bowl of vinegar that I'm gonna clean the top of my jars with. My loam that I'm gonna put in there with my seasoning. The loam is supposed to help harden the cucumbers so they don't turn out so soft. Pickle and spice, my dill seed, my dill weed, my crushed red peppers, and my kosher salt. I will be adding some chopped up jalapeno peppers and habanero peppers, because I want to make them even spicier than I ever made them before this time. Last one, and just in case you was wondering, unfortunately I did not grow these in my garden. Between last year and this year, I'm having the hardest time getting cucumbers and squash to grow. However, so no, I didn't grow them, and maybe next year, because I'm gonna keep trying, I'll be cutting up my own cucumbers, making from my garden, making my own pickles. All right, get ready to dice up, chop up some peppers for my brine. This time I'm gonna add some habaneros and jalapenos. The habaneros I bought. The jalapenos came from my garden. So of course I'm gonna try them and put them in there. Like I've been making it spicy and we kind of enjoying it, but it just seemed like it could be a tad bit hotter. You're already in here, you might as well clean up as you go. We never been much of a dishwasher family anyways. Been in this house 17 years, this thing been turned on maybe 3 times. That was to test it and make sure that the hoses hadn't dry rotted. They probably good and dry rotted by now though. All right, back to the brine. 1 quart of water. I chose to use bottled water. Quarter cup apple cider vinegar. All this is to your taste. But like I said, hey, maybe the first time you follow someone else's video, then after that, you make it your own. Three-quarters cup regular vinegar. All my little habaneros and jalapenos I chopped up. I think I chopped up 3 small habaneros, 3 small jalapenos. It's my first time putting these in it. Like I said, all the other times it wasn't hot enough. We enjoyed it, but we want it a little bit hotter, so I'm going with a little bit more peppers. Gonna shake some crushed red peppers in here. This thing, well, I want these pickles to have a kick. My pickle and spice, 3 tablespoons. All right, that's it for the brine. Whisk it up. That's not it for the brine. Quarter cup of salt. I like them salty, but not too salty. I'm going with a quarter cup of salt instead of half a cup of salt. To me, every time I make this, I can taste the salt. So I'm reducing the salt some. All right, my jars have finished sterilizing, and put the brine on the stove and let it start to warm up. Next step, be prepping the jars when the brine is just about warmed up. Got hot brine, hot jars. That's the key. All right, remove my jars from a water bath. There's lots of information out there on whether you still need to sterilize your jars or not. But I felt comfortable sterilizing mine first. My jars sit out in my garage until I need them. It's dusty out there, so I wash them and I sterilize them before I use them. That's my personal preference. But make sure you follow all guidelines and instructions and books and make your own decision after that. Bring you guys down. It's time to add the spice to the jars. I don't have any fresh dill, so I decided to use dill seed and dill weed. I'm gonna do 1 teaspoon of each in each jar. One-eighth of a loom in each jar. These are pint-sized jars.
All right, time to add pickles to the jars.
Okay, I think I got these jars packed as tight as I could get it. Now I'm gonna add the brine.
Want to leave the correct headspace.
Working with my debubbler. I got these pickles in there so tight, it's hard to wiggle down there, but get it down there, you gotta get them bubbles out. If your head space goes down, add more brine. Only need a 1/2 inch head space on these pickles.
Oh yeah.
All righty. I'll take my vinegar, napkin, paper towel, clean my edges around my jars. You want those lids to be able to get a great seal. All right, let's add our lids. Ring, hand tight, fingertip tight. Don't overdo it. All right, let's get these bad boys back into the water bath canner. You want to make sure that your water level at least 1 inch above the top of the lids. Add the remainder of this vinegar to the pot so the jars won't chalk up. water bath counter comes to a rolling boil, I'll start my timer for a 15-minute processing time. Well, while that's cooking, might as well clean up what I can. Like I said, you won't feel overwhelmed in the end.
I bet some of y'all know it's Homestead Heart in the background on the television. That's okay. Try to keep all my can supplies in the same drawer.
Okay, the water bath have reached a rolling boil, so I'm gonna set my timer for 15 minutes. All right, turn my heat down. Timer went off already. And give it another 5 minutes to cool down before I take the jars out. All right, now it's time to remove the jars from the water bath container. I will say, be careful when you're taking the lid off. Point it away from you so the steam don't blow in your face. Maybe use a hand mitten or a towel. All right. End up processing 7 jars. Did have a lot of chunks and stuff left over. But my wife likes to snack on those. So she got some cucumber chunks to snack on. She likes these hot, spicy pickles more than I do. And that's it. People, you have been with C7, the HOA Homesteader, and this is how I prepare my spicy pickles. I hope you enjoyed watching the video. I don't claim to be an expert. Make sure you consult your canning booklets, internet access or whatever on canning. When creating your brine, once again about your brine, maybe follow a recipe first if you're a first timer, and then after that, tweak it. Or mix up your brine, boil it, let it cool down, taste it. And if you like how it tastes, then then it's right where you want it to be, and you can reheat it and then use it in the process for canning your pickles. So thank you for visiting my channel. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please stay tuned for other videos and come back soon. You have been with C7, the HOA Homesteader, and you know what I'm about to say. Just because you live in a HOA doesn't mean that you cannot grow food.